Yeah, so, when I saw the lineup today, I was like, "Oh, shit," "No Tyranny or Saka,"
Yeah,
"What the
yeah,
hell? What are we doing? How are we
yeah. I
gonna"
tell you what surprised me a little bit is I thought, okay, Arteta's definitely going to try to just kind of sock it in then.
Right,
Didn't
right.
seem like we had all of our, I mean, we have our attacking guys. They're the same guys we've been using pretty much, except we were missing Saka. That
We
was
were
a big surprise to me.
Yeah. If I think, this isn't, oh gosh, statement, but I think if Saka plays, we win that game, you know? Just
Yeah.
because he does a little more, but hey, anyway, so that's the lineup, whatever. Everybody, what are we talking about,
Yeah.
But the first half, for a 0-0 first half, that was as exciting as it gets, man. I was on the edge of my seat
It
for
was.
for the majority of it. And what kind of stood out to you in that first half?
So one of the feelings I had was um, we gave the ball away a little bit.
I
They
was just
did
going
too. They
right,
did too.
right.
So there was a little bit of sloppiness, but I had to just kind of pull myself back and go, man, this is Manchester Arsenal. Like this is
Right,
what happens. Like it
right.
just things get crazy and confused in the middle of the pitch, and people are all piled up, and
Definitely.
you give the ball away sometimes. Like it just happens.
Yeah, and to go on top of that, um, Partey in particular was a little loose with his passes, but I kind of give him a pass because he's always trying to pass the ball forward. He's always looking for that
Yeah,
aggressive pass, whether it be on the ground or in the air, forward. And that's a little risky. In some cases, like today, I didn't think, man, you pressed us as well as we pressed them, especially in the second half. So our loose passing was just us trying to really be a little too aggressive with that initial pass, pushing the attack forward.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but defensively, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Is I thought, especially in the first half, that like you said, we definitely closed the ball down better than Man U did.
Oh yeah,
Um, I thought we were kind of the more aggressive team. Um,
yeah,
and I mean, they got some big guys out there.
yeah. They look like
you know,
no, totally. I kept getting confused with Pogba and Wan-Bissaka, and then you'd have to zoom in on the hair, but
yeah.
the what was I gonna say?
I mean, let me ask you this: did anybody else think like McTominay when he went down was like, like I think that might be COVID?
He looked like me this morning. After my first cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Like he had to take a big shit.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what the aspirin was going to do for him when he came over to the sideline and get an aspirin. That you got to go shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's an aspirin or if that's like, they say aspirin, but it was probably Tums,
Right,
or something.
something. But yeah, he looked like he was having some issues. For real, he was struggling. So the first half, I mean, the game. We do this show right after the game. We
Yeah.
get on here, so a lot of our shit is right off the top of our heads. We don't really, you know what I mean. So, but for the first half, I don't really know what else to say. Really, I thought both teams kind of controlled the game. I thought we controlled the game a little better. I don't remember too many chances, but I'm sure we had a couple and they had a couple.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, we had a couple, and you know what? I mean, that first half is like, it kind of like is a challenge to what kind of Arsenal fan you are. Like, there was a couple chances, man, you had that, probably kind of a defensive blown where we gave a ball away, and then
usually on that right side,
Luis kind of got trapped out trying to guard Rashford by himself.
right,
So the ones that are negative are going to just be focused on that.
right.
And to me, I think like for me, when the first half got done, I felt positive. I
I
felt
was
like team is
exactly.
hustling, they're trying.
I
Um,
felt, I felt, I felt right.
hey,
I
you know
was
what? Tip of the cap actually to Pepe.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that was he.
He hustled. He came back. I mean, he stole 2 balls like right outside the box.
No,
Like I was surprised to even see him that deep.
he played great today.
He played a good game, man.
Actually, he didn't. He was solid today, and he was a little more aggressive. Um, Not too many tricks on the ball, and oh gosh, let me take on these 3 defenders. He was
Yeah,
getting it, and he was going, and he was aggressive shooting, which. He was inches off a couple times on trying to curl that left-footed shot from the right side of the pitch to that far post. But other than that, I thought Pepe throughout the game um, was solid. And like you said, the main thing that made him so solid was coming back to help Bellerin, who is physically outmatched on so many different levels. There was one point in the game where Pogba just punked him off the ball, kept going. I always get on Bellerin.
Hey, you know what?
I
Hey,
always get on
not even capping, but we can say this every single game. It's the same way every time. Hey, and then we're supposed to finish it off with. I mean, he didn't have like a bad game.
No,
I mean,
no, he didn't. For his ability and his size, he was solid.
Yeah,
but you just wonder, like the going forward part of his game. Maybe it's by design. He doesn't want him to really be aggressive and try to do the things Cedric does or Luke Shaw does or Tyranny does. Like he doesn't play that way. And in the modern game of football, you want your right back or your left back to be bombing forward and getting to the byline and putting in crosses and just making an impact offensively. And you just don't get that from Bellerin. Yeah. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Somebody help me out. I don't see it. I don't know what's going on with him, but defensively, he was solid. But I mean, of course you're gonna be solid. You're not pushing up, you're not you're not going around Pepe, giving him an outlet for you to cross the ball in, or I don't know.
I don't know. It's like 95% of the time I'll give him credit for he reads plays pretty well. Defensively going back, like he knows like when he needs to kind of slide, he does but then he lets one slip every once in a while. Somebody gets around him and stuff.
Yeah. But Pepe was there to cover on a lot of those times, and I'll give him credit.
I was thinking back at halftime. What I told myself is I liked everybody. Actually, I said, you know what? I don't really have anybody that I'm upset with. I told myself maybe Luis, but
just because he's out there, yeah.
He got left out there a few times, and then you could see him just immediately kind of blame everybody else. And
he's sideshow Bob. He's out there giggling and shit at the wrong times. And it's like, dude, come on, dial it in and get focused. But Holden being there, people get mad at Holden because every now and then he makes a loose pass, and you're just like, dude, what are you doing? But defensively, structure, being in the right place, covering for Luis when he's out of position. I mean, I have no complaints about Holden's game, and I think that right center back position is his, and we just got to get dialed in that left center back.
Yeah.
Hopefully Gabriel can get back in the form, but that's the thing. When you got a lot of players who are good, you can pick and choose who's in form,
Yeah.
Gabriel's last game, it was a rough game.
Yeah.
So, he played Luis again, and I get that. So,
and we can expect players to get to pick up knocks. And that's why you're supposed, 4 that you can count on is good enough, usually, because 2 of them might pick up knocks at the same time. We still got 2,
Exactly. So
one other thing about the first half was Smith Rowe picked Pogba's pocket twice at least, maybe a third time.
I thought he played good.
Kind of thought he was going to boss everybody out there.
Right.
And Smith Rowe is just so quick with his feet, man. He's I like him a lot, man.
No, yeah. I thought he played good. He had a couple loose passes, but not as many as Partey. But his first touch, his decision making, his speed of thought, you can't be disappointed. And he's a kid.
The ball so fast. He receives and gets faced up hella fast.
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh,
Thank you for tuning into Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Guna Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.